Now, I'm a very good judge of character, and I can tell you that the first time I laid eyes on this Tyler Hayward, I knew he was dirty. And in this video, I'm going to tell you who he truly is, because he isn't who he says he is. What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And if you want more Easter eggs, hidden clues, and things that you might have missed in Wandavision and all other type of movies, TV shows like that, make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. There are a lot of theories about this Tyler Hayward. I heard people say he could be Mephisto himself. I've heard people say he could be a Skrull, and I kind of get behind the Skrull one myself. There are a lot of things that people say about him, but it seems that everyone has a consensus that he is more than he is putting on. He is not the person that he is shown to be. So maybe the real person who truly was him was assassinated, killed, and this man took his identity in some way. Now, we know he's dirty because he was caught red-handed on videotape dissecting Vision's body. Not him personally, but the people who work under him. Then it's the classic bait and switch. He wants to blame Wanda for storming the facilities and taking the body parts, when he truly just wanted him to make himself a weapon of some kind. Clear as day. We've seen this. It looked exactly like the comic book of Vision's body being dissected. Now, in West Coast Avengers Volume 2, number 43, Vision was kidnapped and brought to a base where he was taken apart and put on the table as the picture that I am showing you now. However, the situation was kind of different. While he was disassembled, Vision at this time was very much alive. Alive enough, in fact, Vision himself put his own body back together. Now, in this version, we see Scarlet Witch somehow puts his body back together. Now, how she does this without the Mind Stone, we still don't know, and we don't have enough clues or evidence to piece it together yet. Now, in the comic book, when they do this to him, the most important thing we could take from it is that his memory is wiped, and he goes on and attacks the Avengers because he has no memory of them. We see in this series that Vision cannot remember anything that happened to him before he goes inside this hex. So it could be the same exact situation after drawing from the comic, that he has no memory. His memory is officially wiped. Now, from what I've seen in Wanda's skill set, her power level, I don't see anything that says that she's some type of mechanic. I don't see anything that says that she knows how to rebuild a robot. Because when people say the man is dead, we must realize he is a robot. Robots don't die. He's a robot, alright? He just has to be reassembled. I don't see anything that says that she has the ability to do this, but this is what we could call a deal with the devil. Did she make one in order to bring Vision back? That brings me back to Hayward, and I know that everything I said so far you might have heard in other people's videos. This is common knowledge, but now I'm going to say a bunch of things you've never heard before. When we look up the name Hayward, what pops up is an officer having charge of hedges and fences around a town common, especially to keep cattle from breaking through and to impound stray cattle. Now, if we look at the town that Wanda is, we could say that that is exactly what is going on here. He is keeping charge of the hedges and fences around this common town, keeping this perimeter around this common town. But it could mean something else, something far more sinister. Now, we know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier happens before Wandavision, but we got Wandavision first because of the pandemic, so we have to keep that into account. Now, if you look at the new trailer that was released for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we find something very peculiar in it, and it could be a sighting of this man in this trailer. In this shot right here, it truly looks like that is him. Why is he there? What is he doing there? Obviously, whatever he's doing here, he does not get exposed for it because this happens before WandaVision and he's still in the position of power that he's in. Now, as I said, many people have said that it is possible that this man somehow could be a Skrull. Now, when we look at the scene that he is located in, on the walls, we see heads of Skrulls. Skrulls that have been taxidermied and put on the wall, right? These people are hunting these Skrulls, it seems like, and displaying their heads on the wall like they would any other animal they would hunt. Now, two things could be happening here. Number one, he could be a Skrull, and he could be investigating the Skrull hunters, trying to figure out who they are, so that way he can kill them and get revenge for his people. But it could be something else, and I'm leaning towards this. If you watched my last video, I'm going to have a link at the end of this in the cards to explain it more fuller. Please watch that video. Explains the whole thing. I think it's a whole different situation. Now, if we look at the meaning of his name again, it has a direct reference to cattle, right? Keeping cattle impounded. If you looked at my last video, there is a group of people called the Skrull Kill Crew, and how they gain their powers, and they have the exact same power as Skrulls. They can take form of anything they want, was by eating Skrull meat that was transformed into cattle, into cows, and that is how they became these Skrull hunters, after eating the meat of the Skrulls and then gaining the powers of the Skrulls to transform into anything they want. They also developed a hatred for Skrulls, which led to them hunting and killing Skrulls, like we see in this picture here with Skrulls on the wall, mounted, heads on a spike, Game of Thrones style. This man, I do believe, is one of these hunters. Not only do I think he's one of these hunters, I believe he is the main hunter of them all, Ryder, who has taken the form of this man so that he could help develop weapons to help him kill Skrulls. Because if you look at him in the comic book, that's what he uses to kill Skrulls. High-powered weapons, high-powered machinery. That's his thing. That's his go-to. That could be the reason why he wanted to get a hold of the Vision's body to help make weapons like this. Kind of like the one we've seen Coulson have, but better than the one Coulson had. That is my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And as far as I know, ain't nobody else came up with it, so it definitely, you heard it here first. But you tell me in the comment section, do you agree or disagree? I want to know. And if you want to know more about the Skrull Kill Crew, check out my previous video. Again, I'll have the link at the end of this video, and I go into depth about exactly who they are, all their powers, and why they do what they do, and how that leads into Secret Invasion. So if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.